Sally, it's about our upcoming wedding. How much are you willing to pay for us?
I'm paying for your ring, rehearsal dinner, and the groom's attire. I thought you and your parents were going to cover the rest.
Could you give us at least $20,000 as our wedding gift, other than the cost you already agreed to pay? With your support, we'd be able to proceed with my ideal wedding plan.
Wait a minute. You want me to give you such a big amount in addition to paying for the rehearsal dinner and all?
I want to invite lots of friends, but to do that, we need a large wedding venue. I also want to have lots of flowers and nice food. So I was wondering if you could help me out a little bit. My parents' budget would only partially cover the plan, and I don't have that much savings.
It's not a small amount that you're asking, you know. If you're going to invite more people, the rehearsal dinner will cost more. I'm sorry, but I can't promise any more financial support than the things I've already promised.
A wedding gift is something completely different from the things you've agreed to pay. You are going to give us some kind of wedding gift too, right?
What? I was going to give you those candle holders you said you wanted, but that's all.
What?
I won't help you any more than I already agreed with. I'll only send you those candle holders as a wedding gift, not cash.
Then what about our wedding? We wanted to invite 100 friends in total. Without money, we won't be able to reserve a spacious wedding venue, will we?
You're planning to invite that many people?
I told you I wanted lots of people to celebrate our wedding. At least 100 people. More if possible.
How many people you invite is up to you, but I believe that your wedding should be planned within your budget. If you can't do it without depending on others to cover it, you should think it over.
So you're saying we should give up inviting lots of people and having a luxurious wedding ceremony? A wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. You're asking us to compromise on that?
If you don't want to compromise, provide the money yourselves. It's selfish of you to say that you don't want to compromise or to pay for it yourself.
A stingy mother-in-law lecturing your daughter-in-law-to-be? That's called daughter-in-law grinding.
What?
I don't want to hear your lecture if you're not going to pay anything. I mean, it's unbelievable that you won't support us. Kyle is your eldest son. Normally, parents should be willing to support their children as much as possible.
Nowadays, many young couples pay on their own for their wedding. Plus, it's not like I'm not paying for anything. I'm going to pay for the rehearsal dinner, Kyle's attire, and your wedding ring. Your wedding ring is pretty expensive, you know.
But Kyle is an executive of a company at such a young age, right? He's such a talented man, and you must be proud of him. And yet, you refuse to help him have his ideal wedding. Or is this your way of daughter-in-law grinding?
What?
You won't help me because you dislike me. I didn't think you would do such a thing. If you're going to act like that, I have my own ideas. Don't expect me to take care of you in the future.
I'm not counting on you to take care of me. Margaret, calm down a little. I'm not trying to be mean to you.
Then, you should at least give us some money. You can afford at least $20,000 for your eldest son. If you say you don't dislike me, please show it.
1 week later. Shane, can I talk to you for a minute? I wanted to talk about Kyle and Margaret.
What happened? Are they in some kind of trouble?
Actually, the other day, Margaret asked me to help pay for their wedding. She wanted me to contribute $20,000.
$20,000?
But I refused, saying that I would only pay for things I've already agreed to and that my wedding gift will be the candle holders. Then, she got upset with me. I've been trying to reach her since then, but she's been ignoring me. I tried to contact Kyle, but he's been ignoring me too.
That's troublesome.
I thought Margaret was a modest person, but she has changed since they got engaged and started planning for the wedding.
She's a completely different person, you know. She always makes fun of me.
Really?
Actually, I'm also having trouble with them. Every time I see them, Margaret makes fun of me, saying, "How come you're not married yet?" I've never heard of anyone your age not having a single girlfriend or boyfriend.
She said that to you?
She'd also say, "You don't look like your brother at all, who's been the cool kid and had girls chasing after him. Your brother is an executive and a candidate for the next president at such a young age. It must be miserable for you to be no match for him at anything."
Oh my God, what a terrible thing to say.
I'm sure her thoughts are influenced by Kyle. Ever since I was little, he always made fun of me for being plain.
You are not plain. There are many things you're better at than Kyle. And yet, those two.
Thanks, Mom. I've gotten used to it, so I just ignored it all. It must be hard for you, though. Are you going to help them pay for the wedding?
No way. I'm not paying a fortune for my daughter-in-law's pleasure. I'd rather take this as a chance to keep my distance from her. I'd never get along with such a mean girl.
I'm glad to hear that. Don't let her evil mind manipulate you to do as she pleases. Anyway, I wonder why Margaret would do such things. Kyle works at your company, so it doesn't make sense trying to have you dislike them.
That's true. I'm the president of the company, so that makes me Kyle's boss. Have young people these days forgotten about paying respect to their bosses?
Stop it! I'm a bit younger than them, but I don't want to be categorized as the same as them.
Sorry. I'll just keep my distance for a while and see how it goes. Once the wedding is over, I'm sure they'll calm down a bit. I'll keep my fingers crossed. 3 months later. Margaret, congratulations. It was a very nice wedding. Ah, Natalie. Perfect timing for you to text me. Actually, there was something I forgot to tell you at the wedding today. Oh, what is it? From today onward, we will cut ties with you, Natalie. Please, don't contact us anymore. What do you mean by cut ties? Why? Of course, it's because you didn't help us with the wedding. What? I can't believe you didn't give us any money even though I was so upset. Plus, the wedding gift you gave us was just $300 worth candle holders. I can't get along with such a stingy mother-in-law. I even paid for the rehearsal dinner, groom's outfits, fee needed to host the groomsmen, your wedding ring, and also the marriage register fee. Your wedding ring was quite expensive, you know. How can that be not enough? Of course that's not enough. It's your eldest son's wedding. Do you think you've done a favor for us with that small amount of money? I shall never take care of you in the future, nor let you see our children. I told you that I would not support you with any additional money to invite more of your friends. And now you cut ties with me just because I didn't act as you please? I can't believe you. You're in no place to call that amount of money small when you couldn't even afford your own wedding. Huh? That's clearly a small amount of money compared to the money you're getting from Kyle. I know you depend on him for your living. I depend on Kyle? Kyle sends you several $1,000s every month, right? Thanks to that, you can live comfortably, even without a job. And yet, you refuse to help out that super kind son's wedding. I don't know what you're talking about. Your executive son provides you with a luxurious life. How can you be so stingy at such a son's wedding? Seriously, it's unbelievable. I don't consider someone like you as my mother-in-law. You're just a parasite. I beg your pardon? That's
That's why I'm cutting ties with you. Even if we have a child, I won't tell you. I will not let a parasite meet my children. Don't you ever come near us again, you old hag.
Then, I'll have my younger son be the next president of the company.
What company?
I never thought my daughter-in-law would call me a parasite. I'm done with you. A son who lies to his wife about his own mother in the worst way possible. He's no son of mine anymore. I will never contact you guys again, so tell Kyle to leave my company.
Your company? What company are you talking about?
Of course, I'm talking about the company where Kyle works. As president of my company, I decided not to have my eldest son Kyle take over the company. If you guys are going to cut ties with me, I'll fire him. Goodbye.
You weren't joking about having your own company? I heard Kyle started that company with his friend.
Kyle lied to you about that as well? No wonder you never show respect to me, even though I was the boss of your husband.
It was a lie?
You should ask Kyle for more details. And also, tell my idiot son that he's fired. Well then, I'll be going now. Since we've cut ties, don't ever contact me again. 1 hour later.
Hey, Mom. Why am I being fired? And you're having Shane become the next president? Why are you handing over the company to such a gloomy nerd?
Shane is modest, but not gloomy. He prefers reading books to playing sports, but that doesn't make him a nerd. I picked him to be the next president because he's more qualified than you. Plus, who would give their company to a son who calls his mother a parasite?
Before
you go off on me, why don't you explain what you told Margaret about me? When did you ever send me several $1,000s? How did I ever depend on you for my living? Isn't it rather the opposite, since you depended on me to get your current job?
That was...
And I also know you lied about my company, saying that you started it with a friend. What were you trying to do? Margaret believed your words, but others would have figured it out if they looked up our company on the internet.
I was trying to make it come true in the near future. Because of you not allowing me to take over, people made fun of me. That's why I had to lie like that to Margaret, to save face.
Who made fun of you?
By a gloomy nerd from middle school. We met again at a reunion party a while ago. That nerd succeeded in starting his own business. Then, all the girls started to surround him, trying to get his number. As I was about to leave, he made fun of me, saying, "I thought a popular guy like you would have become president by now, but I guess you can't go to the top just by looks."
That's why you wanted to take over my company as soon as possible?
That's right, but you showed no interest in retiring. So I lied to Margaret about you and made her want to cut ties with you. I thought you'd panic and hand over the company in order to stop us from cutting off our relationship.
You set Margaret off for such a stupid plan?
Shut up! Why didn't you just hand over the company to me? Why would Shane pop up as the candidate? I can't believe it. I'm smarter than him. I admit that I'm not brilliant, and there are many people who are much more talented than me, but I don't think I'm more stupid than you.
What?
Mom started freaking out all of a sudden with her eyes on her phone. I wondered what happened, but I didn't expect this. Hey, Shane! You're just a plain gloomy nerd. And yet, you think you're better than me? You've never dated a girl, and you only have a few friends. How can a guy like you be better than me? You can't measure intelligence by their relationships with others. If you want to be the company president, show your excellence through your accomplishments. But I guess that's too much to ask of you. You were only able to get that job thanks to Mom's connections. Excuse me? That position of yours on the board of directors is thanks mostly to being the president's son. But unlike you, I joined my current company with my own skills. And I made it to the board of directors on my own. I'm an executive now, just like you. Really? A gloomy nerd like you? Now, you know how great I am at work, don't you? Unlike you and your wife, I've never made fun of anyone. Both in skill and character, I think I'm better than you. So, you can trust me with the company. Are you kidding me? Mom's company is mine! The company is not a toy for you to use to satisfy your self-gratification. There are a lot of people working there. Their lives depend on it. If you don't understand that, you're not fit to be a president. Shut up! Don't you dare oppose your older brother! I can cut ties with you too, you know. It's not worth talking to you. If you want to cut ties, go ahead. You're not going to get Mom's company, even if you do that.
The next day,
Natalie, I'm sorry about what I said yesterday, but please understand, I was just tricked by Kyle. I was brainwashed into thinking that you were the worst mother-in-law.
brainwashed? Well, I agree it all started with Kyle's lie.
That's right. It's all his fault.
But did Kyle tell you to get money from me for the wedding?
What?
Even if he lied to you, I think your actions were terrible. Asking me for a large sum of money in a lowly manner, saying my refusal will be a daughter-in-law grinding, and saying the cost I paid for the wedding-related things were only a small amount of money.
Well, it's just that I was in a state of excitement before the wedding. I didn't mean all of that. I apologize. Please forgive me.
You don't have to apologize, because we've already cut ties.
What?
You're just a stranger now. I don't know how to react to a sudden apology from a stranger. So, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Wait a minute. I'm taking back my words. Let's get to know each other from now on, Natalie.
Excuse me?
You must not want to cut ties with us. I know you'd like to see your lovely grandchildren's faces someday. So, let's not be so stubborn and reconcile. That would make you happy too, right?
I'm not happy at all to stay in contact with you two. So let's cut ties as planned and never contact each other.
Oh no.
You shouldn't cut ties with people so easily. It's not something you can just cancel the next day. I prepared myself for it, and I've accepted it. So please, forget about my existence. I'm just a stranger to you from now on.
Please, don't say such a mean thing. Kyle is very sorry for what he did. So, let's restart our relationship. I will do anything to support you in the future. I promise to make you happy.
I don't need your support. I'm still the president of a company after all. I have enough money for my retirement. I can afford to prepare for a comfortable retirement living on my own.
Oh
no! Give up. The procedure for Kyle's resignation has already been taken, and Shane's promotion to vice president as well.
Please, no!
I'm doing everything according to your wishes. I'll never go near you two ever again. I will keep my word.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I'll apologize as much as you want. So please forgive us. Please don't fire Kyle.
Well then, take care. You and him live happily together. After that, my eldest son Kyle was officially fired from the company. After that, he asked his classmate to hire him, saying he used to be an excellent executive and will be useful. But he was rejected. And now, it seems like he has no job, just staying home doing nothing. Margaret still contacts me desperately to apologize, but I ignore her texts and calls. That's what it means to cut ties, right? As for my second son, Shane, he showed his ability immediately after he became vice president. The new business unit quickly became profitable. He also focused on reforming the company's welfare system. The turnover rate has become almost zero. We were able to hire more new graduates than last year. Maybe he will be a greater CEO than I am. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, please let us know what you think in the comment section below. Please subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments will help us in the future. We also have many other inspirational videos. Please take a look at the videos on our channel. See you in the next video.